Mr. Allard's neighborhood. Small town feel with big time ideas. After all, you are entitled to Brad's opinion. Here's your host, Brad Allard.
How y'all doing today? I'm just looking at the latest issue of Local Life. Yes, sir. Tiffany Griffin here is going to tell us all about not only the Halloween pub crawl, but the Harvest Moon Lantern Festival. We've got a lot going on in October, looks like.
I do. A lot going on.
Yeah, it keeps you out of trouble, I suppose. And the Pooch
I
Parade.
think trouble follows me.
We'll talk about whatever you want to talk about.
Okay, I just want to say, I'm just going to start off saying, like, yes, I've been in hiding. Yes, I've had a lot of life changes. Yes, it's been really hard, but I'm a tough gal. So you get it, divorce, one already in college, and then one moving out to college, empty nesting, back problems, and not being able to work out since May. And I dislocated my femur as well.
Ooh.
Yes.
You dislocated your femur.
Yes, doing a cartwheel.
Oh, good heavens.
Yes. So, to say that it has been a trying time is absolutely for real.
Mm-hmm. By the way, I get a message here that the sound is an issue. Are you doing okay, Taylor? Does the sound
Yeah, it sounds good. Here, I'm going to check. Hold on.
Okay. We'll go check it, but one of the viewers says the sounds is messed up. But anyway, we'll check that out. But anyway, I didn't want to interrupt. But,
Oh, no. So, yeah, I've not been, well, I haven't wanted to come out, but I've decided in October it's time. So I'm actually going to the after hours tonight at National Bank of
It's a little
Texas.
glitch. Let's go ahead and restart.
Oh,
Okay.
Okay.
I can say that all over again.
You're listening to Mr. Allard's neighborhood. Small town feel with big time ideas. After all, you are entitled to Brad's opinion. Here's your host, Brad Allard.
Okay. It looks like the sound probably has been fixed. Thank you, Ben, for letting me know. I appreciate that. I hate to go through the whole show and they said, we couldn't hear anything.
Oh, wow, that'd be terrible.
It's happened before.
Really?
Yeah, we think it's all fine over here. And, not a lot of people are watching it real time. And then later it's like, a lot of glitches. But anyway, I'm here at Tiffany Griffin, and we were talking about local life.
Yes.
And the Harvest Moon Festival, and we're going to talk about the Old Town Burleson Halloween Pub Crawl. So you got a lot going on in October.
Yes.
Thank you, Ben, for letting us know.
Oh,
all
good.
Right, all right. So as you were saying.
Okay. So many of you know I've had a lot go on. I've been in hiding, but to say that this time of my life has been easy is an understatement. So divorce. I have empty nesting. I have 2 in college now, one at Tarleton in Waco and one at A&M. So this is the first time I've lived by myself since ever. And so I enjoy it most of the time.
How are you doing the empty nesting? Because when it happened for Robin and I, she had an emotional reaction to it. I was like, thank God, a little peace and quiet, but she was more emotionally affected by it.
It's been okay. I mean, honestly, I think I would be fine, except I've had a lot of back issues, and I dislocated my femur in May, and then it wasn't getting better, and then I went to the doctor, and they said I had a bulging disc, and I think I have a ligament that's torn in my hip or something.
Good
I don't
grief.
know. And so my leg just stops working, so that's real fun. And I actually went to church a couple Sundays ago, and I was trying to walk up the stairs, and I couldn't get out. I couldn't walk. Then I had to get on the floor to try to stretch, and then everybody's like, are you okay? Are you okay? Does she need a wheelchair? No, get away from me. I do not need a wheelchair. I am going to walk out of here on my own.
And you told us how you hurt your leg?
Doing a cartwheel with... I was doing a cartwheel. It was McKenna's... she danced at Artistic Motion Dance, and so recital, they always have a parent dance-off. And it's the senior year, so I was like, I'm winning this. I'm going to win. And so I went out there with my blow-up doll named Chuck, and we danced around, and just to be totally funny. And so I kicked it into high gear because this guy was trying to beat me, and so I started doing cartwheels. And then the next day I couldn't move, and so turned out I dislocated my femur. So,
good heavens.
Yeah. So to say, and honestly, like, my back and my leg have been way worse than any of the emotional stuff because it's hard when you can't move.
Exactly right.
This is the first time I've ever experienced that kind of pain, and I have not been able to work out since May. I have not even been able to go on walks. And so that's how I get out all of my negative energy. So it's been pretty tough.
Well, are you going to have something done about your back?
On Thursday, I'm having an epidural.
Oh, good.
Yeah, so we'll see.
Yeah.
Fingers crossed. I need lots of prayers, please.
Yes, I've had a back problem about this time last year, and it took about a week and a half to get over it. And, you know, it's totally debilitating.
Debilitating.
Yeah, I mean, you can't do anything.
No. There's sometimes I can't move. And it has been the most humbling experience to be home by yourself and be stuck and just figure it out, you know?
Heavens.
Yeah. I need a nursemaid to come and tell me when I'm supposed to take my medicine and all the things because I am not good at that. So.
Well, and, you know, and you've had a lot to overcome in the last few months.
I have.
And
I
you
have.
talk about as much of that as you want or not.
It's been really hard. I'm not gonna lie. I've never been in the public eye like that before and been ridiculed so bad by people who don't like me for something that I've not done to them, and something that I wasn't a part of. And I guess. I don't like saying that I'm high profile for Burleson. I do not like saying that at all, but it's come to my attention that I am.
Well, you got the monthly publication. It's kind of like, not in the same way, but sort of, you know, I'm high profile, even though I think you probably have more name recognition than I do. So.
Yes, you know, and my picture is in 30,000 homes every month. You know, I do these events. So I guess I am, you know, which makes it harder. And so, yeah, I just.
Well, anyway, it's unfortunate. And there's going to be people who don't understand the situation. I'll put it that way.
Yes.
And that's it.
And that's it. And it's none of their business what I do. And he's not in my life anymore. We are getting a divorce, and it's just not okay. And so I am doing the best I can do. Yeah. I love animals. I've never beat on an animal. Oh, my gosh. That's far anything from anything that I've ever even thought about. So I've never been in trouble. So that's that. And I just want to say, too, a lot of people reached out to me saying, oh, gosh.
I know.
A lot of people reached out to me saying that did he beat up on me? And I just want to clear the air that he has never, ever laid a hand on me or anybody that any other person that I know of. But he's never, not anything with he was not like that. So I just want to clear the air with that. And he was not living with me. And that's that. And that's all anybody needs to know.
Well, okay. We're disabling the comments for the rest of the show.
Yeah, because there's some bullies out there for sure.
Well, and I do have a message from Otto, though.
Okay.
You know, he wanted me to tell you how proud he was of how you handled the situation and that he supports you 110%.
Yes, and I have so many supporters. And I appreciate it so very much because I needed it. Did I make a bad choice in life of whatever maybe I did. I don't know.
I wouldn't say that. I just things changed from what I understand.
It did. It really changed, and it's sad. It's sad. I don't want to cry.
Yeah, no, I'm not. Well, we'll talk about something more pleasant after the ads. Okay, we'll run through it. Like I said, Otto, sends his best wishes and regards, his love, his affection, all those things. And, so there you are. And speaking of there is our place. Our place is a great place to go for comfort food, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, same with Gina's Pizza. Have you been there before? I mean,
oh, yes.
Okay, I figured you would.
And I want to go to one of his I'm not a huge karaoke, but I think you have karaoke on Wednesdays, and Sundays they have like a band or somebody
Susie
singing.
Morgan plays there a lot. Yes. Yeah. It's not every Sunday, but quite often. And it's it's a really fun time for one to understand. I need to get out there myself. I really do like Gina's. I mean, it's a great place to go get pizza and beer and watch the ball game or whatever's on TV.
Just chit chat.
Yeah, it really is. It's a good
place. I like it too.
Yeah. So thank you, Otto, for all you do for the community. Also, Wild Cigar. This event you got coming up this weekend, is it at the Standard? Yeah, right. Yes. We'll talk about that. So they'll probably be around, I'll bet.
Yes, I think they're going to have some drink specials and go in there and have a cigar or that kind of thing.
Yeah, I was there about 10 days ago, do a little sponsor care, and they have a lot of stuff going on. They have like this world opening or grand opening cigar brand, or not a brand, but a type of cigar from a leading vendor. They're having a new line of cigars. I guess that's the best way to put it. And they're going to, have a big event there October 25th. Plus, they like to tailor a lot of these weekend events around the football games, because you can go there and have a smoke and a drink and watch the game and not, it's not like a sports bar where everybody yelling and hollering and carrying on. You can actually think. So it's a good place to go for that kind of atmosphere. Also, our friends at Old Pro Roofing, our friend John Williams at 817-734-2756. I say this every show, you got to get that roof inspected, because it's coming. And then, we see what's going on in Florida, and
oh my gosh,
that's going to go right over my sister-in-law's house.
Yes, one of my best friends, her dad lives in Tampa, and he refuses to leave.
Oh yeah, well, it's like my brother-in-law. They live in Gainesville, and they're right in the path, and then my mother and father-in-law were on the edges of Helene in North Carolina. There a lot of damage to trees and such, power out for about 4 days, all that business. But it wasn't like as bad as it is in Nashville, or other Western Carolina, but still was close enough that it caused a lot of damage. And my wife was there for it. She was visiting with them when it happened, so I guess it's a good thing. But anyway, back to the roofs. We don't worry about hurricanes, but we have tornadoes and we have hail. And John will tell you better get that roof inspected, because the insurance companies are being more and more difficult about paying off on damages, particularly what they can claim as old damage. So call him, have him inspect the roof. If you have damage, he'll tell you. If not, he'll tell you that too. I always have my roof inspected by him now, because we're in a networking group and he's put the fear of God in me about that. So, and also Jeff Kelly.
He's advertised with me before.
Has he? Has he now?
Yes.
Okay. Well, see, smart guy.
I love Jeff.
Yeah.
If you don't follow Jeff on Facebook or social media, you should, because he posts funny things that makes me laugh.
Yeah. He'll be on next Tuesday.
Oh, okay, good.
Yeah, we're talking about real estate, interest rates, whatever. So if you have a house to sell or buy, or land to sell or buy, talk to him at 817-781-0546. He's with the Worthington Agency here in town, so you're dealing with some local folks.
Yes, I love Karen too.
I don't ever met her, I don't think.
You should. You should have her on the show.
Well, Jeff,
with
maybe
Jeff.
bring her. Yeah,
yes.
I'll suggest it to him.
Yes, you should. She's wonderful.
Yeah, so anyway, it's good to have these kind of sponsors, because they're not just good business people, but good people, and it really helps a lot.
For sure.
So let's talk about something more pleasant than the last few months.
I'm done with it.
Yeah, let's talk about the Harvest Moon Lantern Festival. All right, Harvest Moon Fall Festival, vendors and more. It's on the cover of Local Life, or the back page, I guess.
This is what I call the second cover.
The second cover, right.
Yes.
The second cover, you have the QR code to get your tickets here.
Yes, so the Pooch Parade, too.
All right.
So the Pooch Parade, you bring your pooch and dressed up, and we do like a dog parade. And then everything goes to, it's called, the rescue is called Highway Hounds. And so it goes to them. It's $5, and we're gonna have some pooches up for adoption. This is my 8th year to do this.
Wow. Really, I
So-
didn't know it was quite that.
Yeah.
But it's interesting because, the pooch parade, you're going to be, what do? You walk around with a dog like they do at the Westminster show or
well, I
whatever?
kind of model it after that. So it's you show up, and there's 3 categories: above 20, below 20, and pair.
You ever watch those dog shows on
Oh,
TV?
all the time. I love the little fluffy ones where they're like, and all their hair is like perfect. And I'm like, how long does it take to do that? I mean, I'm lucky if my dogs get groomed at the certain time they're supposed to.
Yeah, but that just like all that attention on the dog. I had a dog, and she was a great dog. We had to put her down, which was a tearful event for the family. I got choked up. My wife and daughter were in tears, but I was trying to be a tough guy. I saved it for later.
Yes.
But anyway, it's all that attention they pay on those dogs. This is just really for just Burleson dogs. This isn't for
This is for anybody. It's $5, and it's all for charity. It's I just enjoy giving back to one of the rescues because that's a hard job, and I just love seeing everybody with their dog dressed up. You can't help but smile. So then during that time, we'll have vendors and a food truck. But of course, you can eat anywhere in there as well. You could go to American Revelry. If you want to drink, you can go to Wild. So there'll be other things. And then we have vendors set up as well. And I think we're going to have probably 15 to 20 vendors. I'm not really sure.
Well, and also there's a couple other places probably opened up. That Roasted Beanery's over there.
Yeah, Roasted Beanery. Oh, and Poke Bowl.
I still don't know what that is.
Okay, so it's like sushi in a bowl.
There you go. Sushi's like, I'm eating fish bait. I mean, I put that on my hook.
No, can you eat crab? A shrimp?
Well, I'm not a big on shrimp either.
Oh, well, maybe you won't like it.
I'm sure my wife would. She loves seafood.
Oh, it's so good, and it's very light. Like maybe I'll have it for lunch. It's so, but it's very. It's like a Chipotle, except it's sushi. All the different sushi ingredients. Yeah.
Well, okay, but everybody says I'm missing out on because I don't get into sushi that much, but.
Yes.
But I'm okay with that.
Have you been into Casey and Casey's boutique? I mean, they have just everything that you would ever want for you, Brad. It's right next to...
I'm thinking, isn't that for women? Okay.
They do have some guy things.
Okay.
And they have... So next to the Poke Bowl place is Southern Charm Cakery.
Yeah, they used to be right across the parking lot here, right?
Yes,
yeah.
And they have stuff during the day. It's great.
Really?
Yes, they have you can go in and get different cupcakes, and you can get like a piece of pie, like they have these little cupcakes it's like a key lime pie. It's so yummy.
Oh, I love key lime pie.
Yes.
So is it a place you can go there and sit down and have a cup of coffee and a piece of cake?
Yes.
Okay. See, I don't know if I know we have a couple other bakeries, but I don't know if you can do that as such. It's more like
it is so cute in there. It is so girly, girly girl.
Curly.
It is very girly girl in there.
Oh, well, I'll do the best I can.
Yeah, it's very much like if you're going to do wedding cakes type thing.
Oh, I'll take Robin over there then.
Yes, you should.
That way
when she gets off work, take her over there and get a cupcake.
Yeah.
And then next to that is Casey and Casey's, which is a boutique. She has if you just need a good laugh, if you're a woman and you need a good laugh with a good, go to lunch and then go over there and then go have a cupcake. Oh my gosh, it's great. And try on some clothes, do some shopping. It's a great little spot.
It's really growing too.
Yes.
It's really big, and so the more those businesses go over there, the bigger this Harvest Moon Lantern Festival. Is this sponsored in any way by the city, or is it?
Yes,
okay.
It is. It is sponsored by the city.
So you deal with the city a lot with this.
Yes.
And what's coming up in a couple of weeks.
Yes.
And then the 4th of July.
I'm not doing the 4th of July anymore.
Why is that? Just too much?
It's
too much?
It's too much.
Well, I'm kind of glad in a way for you because I know after talking to the Mathis ladies last week
Yeah.
about Brewfest,
Yeah.
they were just exhausted, and it hadn't even started yet.
Well, and that's the thing. 4th of July is my favorite holiday.
Really? Okay.
Yes. Out of all the holidays, 4th of July is my favorite. And so it's hard to work all day in that heat. Mm-hmm. And for a person who doesn't sweat,
Yeah, okay.
I get so hot. And so, and I just really want to enjoy my 4th of July, I think, and
Right.
not get cussed out by people because they have to pay to park. So,
Who needs that? Yeah.
yeah, I'm tired of it.
Well, I would imagine. I'm not a big fan of the heat either. So
Right.
And you probably have other competing events as well.
Well, right next door is free. Mm-hmm. Which is fine, and we do different things, but it's nice. I just don't want to deal with it this year.
Well, good for you. I was talking to Brooke and Melissa, and they were, and I want to segue real quick.
Yeah.
We saw what happened with Melissa. Have you
Oh,
seen?
for sure.
Yeah, and we all send our thoughts and prayers and whatnot.
We do their social media for the event.
Well, Melissa
Yes.
announced about her diagnosis, breast cancer, right?
Yes.
And so it's a long road, and
It's
so
a long road.
So we're thinking about her. They had announced that the day after they went on the show. They had told me that was coming, but they didn't want to announce it on the show because it's private.
Yes.
And they want to do it their own way.
Right.
And that kind of thing.
Right.
But it's rough. And Melissa's a young woman. It's unfortunate. So we hope for the best for them. So you handle the social media. You're still doing that as well, right?
Yes, we're doing. We do the social media for Brewfest, the event, and then we do the social media for Casey and Casey's that I was just telling you about, the boutique. We do the social media for quite a few businesses in town.
Does that take up more of your time than local life?
Local life is a well-oiled machine.
Okay. Is it now?
Now, I do need. I think everybody's business is down right now across the board.
Oh, that's what they're telling me.
Yeah. So if their business is down, so is mine.
And mine too. I've had 2 or 3 sponsors that have told me that, they like what I do here, or potential sponsors
Yes.
as well. But, they're having to find ways to cut expense.
Yeah, and the election years, I've been doing this for 15 years, and election years are hard.
Why is that?
People get weird about spending money. An election year, I don't know the psychology behind it. Maybe you should look it up.
I have read some about it, but I didn't want to bring politics into your show. I don't like talking politics with guests because my politics doesn't need to be associated with whatever y'all are doing. So.
Right, but no, I mean, it is what it is. Like, election years are always hard.
Well, what I get from my friends at BNI and from current and former sponsors and potential sponsors when I go and say, "Hey, you want a sponsor?" and they go, "Drop dead." No, they don't say that. They're always very nice.
Yeah,
they're always very nice. But it's like I'm just not sure what's going on in the next 6-7 months. And they're worried about. It's depend. The Democrats are worried about if Trump wins, the Republicans are worried about if Harris wins, that kind of thing. They're so
For sure.
Both sides are worried. And
Yes.
so it's just they're
I
just
think
going to hold on to it.
then it gets worried. It goes down worried into everything else.
Yeah, and I was talking to Victoria yesterday, and they were counting on. We didn't talk about it yesterday so much, but a previous show they were counting on a certain amount of tax receipts, and they didn't get it because the business is not as high.
No, it's just not. It's just not. And this event is not well sponsored. Part of that's my fault because I haven't been working I haven't been able to work my normal speed.
Well, from what I remember, you pretty much when you get these events, you hit it pretty hard with the promotion and sponsorships and vendors and whatever else. And it's taxing.
It is, and I just haven't. I'm just being real honest as a business owner. It just hasn't. I haven't been able to work because of my back and stuff. It's just been hard. The emotional stuff, not so much. It's been more the pain. So these aren't sponsored as much as I would like, but it is what it is, and we keep going.
Well, you're going to do it again next year then, aren't you?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, good.
For sure.
Because I know you like this one.
Oh, I do. So So we do the Pooch Parade. Then we're going to have a couple. AMDA is performing, and then we're going to have Lucas Gymnastics perform.
AMD, a dance group.
The dance,
Okay,
yes.
right.
And then we do start the Lantern Festival, and it is just a sweet little. It's a very intimate event where you can get people. People write the sweetest thing on the lanterns, and you can see it's very sentimental to them when they put it in the water and it floats away. And what we do is we take time, everybody decorates the lanterns, and then we walk from the standard down the sidewalk under the bridge of Hidden Creek out to Bailey Lake, and then we release the lanterns into Bailey Lake.
Oh, yeah, that's nice.
It is. It's very nice.
It's kind of probably nice, peaceful. I hope the weather isn't so hot, though, for it.
It's going to be hot that day, but hopefully it cools off.
Yeah, no. Well, it's getting darker earlier, so maybe that helped a little bit. But this is not exactly what I call fall weather yet.
Right. But we do take a little sunset stroll down to Bailey Lake, and it gets dark, and then everybody has their lanterns, and we just let them go. And so it's really sweet. It's a really sweet event. And
at the minute, we'll talk about the pub crawl, but I want to look at the front cover here, the BTX Best Fest. We have Hard Eights Barbecue won the contest with their cowboy elote.
It's so good. It was really good.
I know Otto was trying to get us to eat that pickle pizza, and people that ate it said it's really, really good. So, but I think we have a pinch hitter now in the over at the controls. Josh, is that you? Yes, sir. Okay. Do you see the I don't know, the pub crawl thing she sent us? We're gonna put that on the background in a minute. But anyway, Taylor had to go and run out the door, so he brought in his pinch hitter. Have you met Josh yet?
Hi, Josh.
All right,
hello.
Okay. He does a lot more of my shows because I guess I'm lower profile now. Taylor's got
that's not true.
Taylor's got all these big shot clients. I'm just some slob.
Oh, whatever.
Anyway, so the Hard Eight Barbecues, Cowboy Elote. I tell you one thing about Burleson, you don't have to lack for barbecue in this town.
Oh my gosh, I know.
Yeah, it's a good thing.
Yes, I love barbecue.
And so that's interesting. I'm just looking through it here. That's an interesting Cowboy Elote. I haven't tried it. Maybe I should. But I don't know if there's a barbecue place in town that I just wouldn't go because they're all good.
Yeah.
They really are.
Yes, I can't. I'm not saying a favorite for sure.
And they're local love. You got Gayla Moore's there at Southern Gym. She'll be on the show sometime in November promoting Christmas.
Oh,
they're already gearing up for that. She's gonna,
sure.
And she's going to be returning to the show as a sponsor. She told me that she was, in the slow months, she was going to conserve her money like we were talking about. Now she's going to come back to the show.
Same for me.
Yeah, right. Yeah, Southern Gym. She's.
Yeah, so she won number one jewelry store.
Well, that doesn't surprise me.
No.
And she's also very. She loves jewelry. So does my wife.
I love her fashion. She has such a cute little fashion. She's so fashionable.
And they have an event coming up in November that we'll be promoting. And I'm looking also. I'm just looking through this.
And
thing.
then Mackenzie won best Mackenzie Pressure.
There it is.
Davis. She won favorite local boutique for Extremely Refined.
Where exactly is that?
That is, she also owns Old Town Med Spa.
Okay, I know what it is now.
Yeah, and so it's over there.
It says here 225 West Ellison Street. Suite
It's like
109.
across from the Baptist Church, First Baptist Church.
Oh, I know where
over
that is.
in that new building.
Yes.
Where Hillside is, counseling.
Yeah, right.
And Align Chiropractic, I think, is there as well.
Yeah, it's right across from Promises Community and all that.
Yes.
And there you got Casey and Casey's. I'm just looking through this thing here.
Yeah.
And it really is interesting here.
Yep. And then there's an event that everybody should look at for Vision Plaza. He's having a little event on the 30th, and I think they're giving away like some sunglasses from Maui Gym and all that kind of stuff. So you should look that up.
Well, there's another big ad for an Old Town Med Spa, a full page. I bet you like those.
Yes, I do. I need more of them.
Yeah.
But yeah, so Old Town Med Spa, that's Mackenzie again. And then another fun event that the Nutcracker will be at Pathway.
They just do everything. I'm looking at their trunk or treat on October 25th.
Yes.
Is that that's a Sunday?
I
don't. I'm trying. No, wait, no, it's not.
no,
Because
I don't think
that's
it
a
is.
Friday actually. I do know the 27th now. First Baptist is doing something very similar to where I go, and so boy, you can load up these kids with a lot of sugar on that weekend. They don't do trick or treat anymore like they do as a kid. I lived in a neighborhood as a kid that everybody deck out their house and it was a big deal. And
They
even,
do in some neighborhoods.
Well, okay.
I know they do in Mountain Valley, and I know they do in Plantation, and I get trick or treaters too.
Well, I mean, even the families that didn't have kids would, do stuff for Halloween, not just hand out candy, but they would decorate their house or they'd have fun stuff going on. It was a different era, though.
Right.
Okay. And here you got the ad for the Brew Fest with all the various sponsors and whatnot. Wait, here she is again, a whole page for this young lady here for Extremely Refined Boutique.
Yes.
Well, anyway, I'm just kind of reading through the magazine and whatnot. Let's talk about the
pub crawl?
Yes.
Okay, so instead of doing the 4th of July event, I decided to do, after talking to some of the restaurant owners in Old Town, I was like, there's nothing in Burleson that's for adults for Halloween. And I think because my kids, like Halloween was probably one of my favorites as well. But my kids are gone, and we've always had a party every year. And I'm like, what am I going to do? Let's put on my own. I'm going to put on my own party in Old Town. So that's where this came from. And so it's just basically like the St. Patty's Day pub crawl, but instead it's Halloween, and we're going to do a costume contest at the end of it in the plaza. So it's going to be a lot of fun.
Well, Alex Phillips was on here, commenting yesterday with Victoria, and he said that Brewfest returned record sales for the restaurants downtown.
Yes.
So I got something caught in my throat again.
It's okay.
But it's they said that it was a really successful thing, and I think this is going to be as successful.
Oh, there's so much interest already. I'm really excited. I'm excited because the restaurants do so well, and I'm happy to help them and put on a fun event at the same time. And I'm excited to see everybody's costumes and whoever is. I think I know who the title sponsor is going to be.
You don't want to say just yet?
Yeah, because I don't want to throw. But I'm going to have him do the voting, and so that's going to be a lot of fun.
Well, I'm looking at the participating locations already.
Yes.
And it's all the main restaurants in downtown area.
Yes, it is.
Old Town. Station 330. I need to go there. I've heard
You've
so
not
much.
been there?
I've been busy.
You should have Jesse on your show.
I have been told that by 2 or 3 people. Otto has suggested
and I'm
it,
pretty
a couple
sure
others.
that y'all are kind of neighbors.
Really? Yeah,
Yes.
where you live, you mean?
Yes.
Okay, I should go by there. I understand they have a very nice happy hour.
I've known Jesse for 15 years.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I'm very proud of him.
Okay. Well, I hear good things. Of course, Frisco's is one of my favorites.
For sure.
And Spice Rack, Old Texas Brewing, Lumber Yard. I haven't been to the new Lumber Yard. I went there quite often when it was Moon Tower. Moon Tower's opened up over here, right?
Yes, I saw that.
Oh, speaking of other opening restaurants, Otto's putting one here within a mile of us.
I know.
So I could go to our
I keep
place
telling
too.
him, would you please let me do your social media marketing?
Well, I'll slap him around a bit.
Yes.
Lone Star Bar and Grill. I mean,
Yes.
just about everybody that's...
Yes. The only one I'm still waiting on confirmation is Razoo's.
Well, I bet they'll jump on board.
Yes, I know they want to. It's just different.
Going through the corporate structure.
And Heim.
And Heim.
Heim is not on there.
Well, they'll get around
No,
to
but
it.
Heim is in.
Oh, it is.
Yes,
It's on,
and
okay.
they won best appetizer for pub crawl.
Really?
Yes. Lumberyard won best drink in atmosphere, I believe.
I just haven't been there. I'm not as social as you are. See, I don't get out
I'm
there.
not sure that I'm that social
I know.
either.
I mean, I just don't. And I'm kind of a homebody, and and I cook and do. So it's like, honestly, and I know it sounds like I'm schmoozing a sponsor, but the only places I go fairly routinely are Place and Gina's because I know Otto and I know what I'm getting and I like it real well and all that.
Yes.
And so, but I can't tell you how much different the restaurant scene is now than it was 30 years ago. because then it was, it was Golden Corral where, and it was, I don't know how it passed the health codes.
Oh, God.
And it was in an old country steakhouse where our place is now. And
Yes.
then Jose's Mexican food, which was just awful.
Oof.
And, and then became China King. Now it's going to be something else. I don't know what, they're doing a lot of reconstruction over there.
Yes, there is a lot.
So I guess it leads to the next question.
Yes.
You get all this new business coming in. How do you approach these guys?
Email a lot of time, but now they're going to see my face here pretty soon.
Yeah, you walk in there.
Yeah.
Who could say no to you? Doggone it. I mean,
Come on,
come
come on. Yeah, no. I've got obviously, like I said, every business is down, but I've got a few spaces that I want to fill in local life, and I got a new program coming out that I think is really cool. So I'm talking to actually a few people at the after hours tonight. For the chamber.
Chamber, that's right, from like 4:30?
4:30 to 6.
Over at the National Bank
of Texas.
Right.
That's right down on Renfro across from Sonic.
Right. I'd like to go to those things, so I'll probably see you there. I try to go to those.
Yeah, I'm going tonight.
Well, good for you.
Yes.
It's always nice, and I know Tim Sutherland.
I love Tim.
I've known him for years.
Tim was my neighbor.
Really?
Yes, and so I loved him, and he's helped me when I got divorced the first time. He was so nice to me and helped me figure out all my stuff. So, yeah.
Well, I've known him since he was at, Community Bank. That's how long ago it was. Now it's been changed 3 or 4 times. And I always enjoy those chamber events. Sarah and Melissa put on really good shows.
Yes, they do.
And
I love Sarah and Melissa, by the way.
Yes.
They are so fun. They are so fun.
She usually is on the show early in the month, but poor Melissa, both of those girls work for 4 people, right?
Yes, always. The chamber, I always say, don't take offense when I say this. The chamber president is not a man job.
Yeah.
It's really not. It's always better if a woman runs it.
Well, I know she's done a great job. Kabrina did a great job.
Yes.
So you have evidence of that.
Yes.
But they really do work a lot of hours. And Melissa's like, at the last time she was on, she was like, had 5 to 10 irons in the fire. And so I said, well, we just take a couple of months off,
Yes.
We'll visit after Christmas or maybe right before Thanksgiving. And this is an update, but give yourself a little break in your schedule. So
yeah. And also I'm teaming up and doing something with them next year. So
really?
Yes.
You don't tell us about it now?
No, I'm not saying. I got a lot of things in a wraps.
Well, that's good.
That's coming.
Well, it's good. So I'm glad you're back and active like that. I mean, this pub crawl, though. Let's go back to that before I forget all the details. You have the website with the QR code. You have the back of the magazine, which is everywhere in the world.
Yes.
This QR. And so general admission's $25. I'm here to party for $50, and that includes a T-shirt, commemorative glass, and 5 $1 beer tickets to be redeemed at participating drink locations.
Yes.
Okay, and so what happens? You buy, let's just say a general admission ticket. What goes on here?
Okay, so you come and you get a general admission ticket, and that gets you a wristband. That gets you in. So then you follow the pub crawl path basically, and so say you go to Old Texas, you're gonna get a $7 appetizer and drink. And then each location is competing for the best atmosphere, drink, and appetizer. Then at the end of it, you're gonna turn in all your slips, and we'll figure out who won best drink, appetizer, and atmosphere. And then we're also gonna be doing the costume contest.
Will these are participating restaurants, are they going to be decorated for Halloween?
Yes.
Okay. So,
yes, they're competing against each other.
Okay, so it isn't just here's your drink.
No, I got this idea. I went to one in Weatherford, and every drink tastes like cough syrup because they're using the cheapest crap to put together, and the restaurants probably lose money on their appetizer and drink because it's everything's expensive.
Oh yeah.
But it's a chance for them to showcase their location, their other food that they have. People can look at their menu. So hopefully they come back and say, because this is not I get people from all over DFW that come to these things. This is not just a Burleson crowd.
I figured you get a lot of coverage from Johnson County, but
For sure, but not in Tarrant County.
and Tarrant County.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So, I mean, people come from all over the place to come to these events, and so it's a good time. You know, it's a good time to make a good first impression for people to come back and say, or follow them on social media and say, oh yeah, that was a good place I wanted to go. Let's go back, not during a pub crawl.
Well, you know, it was interesting because Alex, again, on the show yesterday, talks about how much more business Burleson does for a city its size than you would expect.
For sure.
Because of its location, because of its intense marketing and reputation, and, you know, we got things going on every month just about. And, you know, that Old Town and the plaza have really added a great deal to the community. I think that adding that plaza was one of the best ideas we ever had because there's so many things that go on down there.
Yes.
And people come from Cleveland and Alvarado and all that. But when I've been at the farmers market and I'm just chit chatting with people, I mean, some of the vendors come from like Keller,
I know.
Saginaw, and that, and some of the you know, customers, they're coming in from Hillsboro and Granbury and all that other stuff. And so
Which is amazing if we're pulling people from Granbury who I feel like they got events down to a pat.
Yeah, they I guess they are used to going to those things. But,
Yeah.
But see, we didn't have that really. Even about 10 or 12
No.
years ago, we had like the parades and 4th of July fireworks and all that business, but we didn't really have events downtown like we do, if you will.
Oh no, I feel like I can say I've been a part of
I
all the
was gonna say
growing,
that.
you know,
You have a piece of that.
yeah, and I love how they help, you know, help me be able to do these events, and I love putting them on. I think I love the magazine and I love the social media. I love all the marketing stuff, but I love all these events just as much.
Well, it's more personal, I guess.
It is a little, and they're things I came up with on my own.
Like what?
Like, you know, this whole thing.
This whole, this is. I know that you created this from basically
Well, I didn't.
ground zero.
I mean, I didn't create it. Like Bonnie, that works for me, she created my creative director. She's amazing. But
Okay.
she comes up with all the stuff. But I just love that. How cute is him? I think he just with the boots. Like this is just Burleson as much as you can get.
Yeah, it is.
You know, and so it's just fun, and I love seeing everybody dressed up. And just like for St. Patrick's Day, I love to paint Old Town green.
Are you going to do that again?
Oh, for sure.
Okay, so you're going to still
Yes.
do that one.
Yes. So I'll have 3 events a year. So it'll be the Harvest Moon Festival, the Halloween pub crawl, and the St. Patrick's Day pub crawl.
Well, that's enough to keep you busy.
And I might move the Harvest Moon to November.
Just to give yourself a break, or what?
Well, not to have 2 events in October. It's a lot.
Yeah.
It's a lot to do at one time.
Yes, it is. I would imagine.
Yes.
It's trying to keep them straight, I guess.
Yes, and
And do the magazine.
yes, you know, and it's basically me and Bonnie and Marty, and we do and I have
Marty, is it the Marty I'm thinking of?
Marty. I don't think so.
Okay. Yeah.
No.
All right.
Marty Yannick, and he's worked from no
I'm thinking of
different Marty.
yeah, well, a frequent guest or a commentator who likes to spar with me, and good naturedly. I mean,
For sure.
But it's all good fun.
But yeah, no, not that Marty.
All right.
And then I'm actually using a offshore service to help me with all of like my office duties and things like that. Mm-hmm. So
Is it getting more and more difficult to put this together because of the cost?
the cost has gone up.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I remember when you were trying to deal with shortages of paper and things like that. And
Yeah.
I talked to my friends at BNI, and there's nothing that hasn't gone up.
I'm trying not to put the cost back on my advertisers and come up with different ways, but there's going to have to be some changes at the first of the year. Paper went up 5%, which doesn't sound like much, but when you're printing 30,000 magazines, that's a lot.
Yeah.
And then the postage is going to go up.
Yeah.
I mean, my postage, Postage has gone up all the time.
Have you thought about another way? I know you do this online as well, but
So many people read it online. It is crazy.
That's kind of how I do it. Because you still won't put them in the post office boxes.
Yeah.
And so I have to read it. Well, where I see these is in businesses.
Yes.
Okay.
City Market.
City Market.
You can always pick them up.
Or our place, of course.
Our place, yes.
I was getting my car inspected over at Christian Brothers, and I saw a couple of these.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and so it's it's pretty common to see these things, and I'll
Yes.
read it there. But if I need to know what's going on, I go to the website. But I'd hate for it for the printed edition to go away. I really would.
No. I'm not. It's not going to go away.
Well, I was telling Victoria yesterday the Star Telegram. They were talking about we need to do more with the Star Telegram to get our news out about a bond issue we're talking about, and they're only publishing or printing now twice a week. And so you're going to be online or nothing.
Yeah.
And I just hate to see that go away.
Well, and this is the difference. So, and this is why the newspapers struggle so terribly bad. People still expect you to print things for free. That is a thing of the past. Every inch of this magazine costs money.
Yeah, well, that's a good thing.
And so you've got to sell every inch of it if you're going to make it. So I have a lot of people call me or email me and say, would you do a story about this, that, or whatever? And I'm like, I can't do that for free. I'm
Right.
sorry. I mean, that's why the newspapers are not in business anymore, is because they did a lot of that for free. You cannot do it anymore. It just doesn't work.
Yeah,
It's too hard.
Yeah, it is, and
Unless this was a subscription, but I don't want to do that.
I don't get as much as I used to, but I every now and then, and I don't mind doing it because it didn't cost me money. This, I have a X amount of cost. So for me to do a show about, I don't know, like with the American Legion, I have Sandy Mason on in about a month. That didn't cost me money, and
Right.
like it would with y'all, because it's not taking up space.
Right.
And so I like doing the nonprofits and whatnot because it didn't. There's no expense to me for it.
No, there's not.
Yeah.
But this is a free publication. And the advertisers are what pays for it. And it's I've always said that people will call me because they see it in the businesses, or I'll have businesses that are in people's homes, like the carpet cleaner. He called me. He was like, "I'm calling you because everywhere I go, I see your magazine in everybody's house."
I just was mentioning Otto earlier. He's watching the show. He's in Colorado right now.
Oh,
And he says hello, and he's very proud of you.
Oh, thank you, Otto.
And so,
But yeah, and so there's no way I'm smart enough to figure it out. We made it through 2008.
And through COVID. And through
COVID.
And through everything
And
else.
so we're not going anywhere.
Well, good for you.
Yeah, we're not going anywhere.
Do you have any idea what's on next month's cover?
Yes, I do.
What, you going to tell us?
Otto.
Otto is?
Gina's.
No, Gina's. Well, there you go. Okay.
Gina's. So right now, the local love is, so you're supposed to be voting for your favorite, and this is the restaurant edition. So you go to our website and you vote. So, y'all, everybody be sure and go and vote for the favorite local loves. Otto, we're going to be talking about Gina's and his other endeavors, as well as this hamburger place, the pizza place, and the breakfast place, breakfast lunch place, our place. So we're going to be talking about all of those things in the magazine. And then we're going to be showcasing some of the other restaurants that win as well.
Well, let's just reiterate here about the pub crawl. You get on the website and hit the QR code for the tickets.
Yes.
And it starts
Goes
at
to Eventbrite.
Eventbrite.
Yeah.
Okay.
Starts at 1.
1 o'clock. Okay. I'm looking at here. It's at 7:30, but that's the costume contest.
Yes, and then the costume contest is at 7:30. So you have time to crawl from 1 to 7.
I hope the weather's good for it. I mean, if it's raining, it's not going to be a big deal. I just hope it's not hot.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully by then it's not, but you never know.
This state.
You just never know. You never know if you need to cover your kid up in a coat to go trick or treating, and you can't see their costume, or you put them in a onesie.
Well, we'll be promoting this in the rest of the shows.
I appreciate it.
Yeah, we'll put that up to that.
That would be great.
Yeah, no problem at all. And
this is an adult event. It's not kids, by the way.
yeah, but it's not going to get out of hand, I don't think.
Oh, no. It doesn't get out of hand. I'm just saying,
Yeah.
don't bring your kid to, it's a 21 and event. You know,
Sure, you can't take him to a pub crawl.
you would be surprised.
Well, I think, okay, but
Yes. So,
well, I guess some people are a lot more liberal in their ideas than mine.
Yeah. This is true.
But we got a lot going on. On Thursday morning, we have the Burleson Opportunity Fund breakfast, and then on Thursday night, we have the Next Step Gala, giving gala over at. Now it's a DoubleTree. Used to be a Ramada. Now used to, what's that hotel on Alta Mesa? And there's a lot of events going on in October and early November, and then it kind of slows down a bit.
Yes, holidays. Yep,
So-
and that's what all of us, I think, business owners know that January and February are coming, and we're already slow, and so those months are going to be crappy, and then it starts. I think by March we'll be ready again.
Well, I've talked to a couple of people who do retail, and they said
Same thing.
same thing.
Yep.
They better have a really good Christmas,
To get them through January and February.
Yeah, 'cause-
and so let's just take an opportunity to remind people that how important it is, right? It's more than ever this year. It's important to shop local. If we want to keep these businesses, please don't get on Amazon.
I hate Amazon, to tell you the truth.
Please don't get on Amazon. Go shop and spend money in these local places. The people that own all these places live locally.
And they're the
And
ones.
it's their livelihood.
Well, it isn't just it's their livelihood also, but it also the one pay taxes to keep us going.
Yes.
They also are the ones that sponsor your little league teams and
my events.
nonprofits and her events. Yeah, right.
And I mean, they do so much for the community, and so the best thing we can do for them is to go shop with them during this Christmas, so they make it through the January and February.
I do make it my point. There's a couple of places I've gone to in the last couple of years for shopping for my daughter and my wife. It's not a place I would go all the time, but I really do like that Accents by the railroad tracks. It's a good place for that kind of thing.
Yes.
And I've been in Miss Strickland's Rebecca's Boutique.
Yes.
Becky Strickland's place.
Yes.
Because they have nice things for ladies. All right,
For sure.
It's not a guy's place, but that's fine.
For sure. Have you been to Old Town Provisions?
2 or 3 times.
Yes, they've got some great stuff.
Yeah.
So there's plenty of options. Plenty of options.
Well, we're about done here, so
Okay.
why don't you fill us in? Just to tell us what you want us to know at the end of the show.
Thanks for having me on.
Sure, I'm glad to see you.
I'm not going to be scared to get out anymore.
Well, I'm going to have you on again after all your stuff.
Yes.
Probably before the end of the year at least.
Okay, I'd love that.
All right.
And then we can talk marketing for 2025 and what's going to be big.
That'd be good.
And but yes, I'm here. I'm okay, and I'll be seeing everybody soon.
Okay.
All right.
All right, we'll see y'all next Monday. I got the mayor on. Next Monday, we're going to talk
nice.
about. Well, I did not know until Victoria told me Johnson County's having a bond election, and I guess I've been out of the loop or something. But we're going to talk with him about that, and what's he dressing up for Halloween, and also then, like I mentioned, next Tuesday I have Jeff Kelly.
Yes.
So
I love Jeff.
yeah, it's going to be a good show. He's
Tell
been on
him to bring
before.
some funny stuff to put on.
Oh, okay. Thank you for pinch hitting, Josh, and we'll see y'all next week.
All right. Thanks.